time it is?
Math time!
Yes, it is. And guess what we're going to start doing today? Division. It's not freaky though. It might be freaky fun, but not freaky. Okay, so in your workbook, tear out page 225 and just set it off to the side. You'll put that in your mailbox in just a minute. 225, 225. Just set it off to the side then.
This is all the business. I didn't do it.
That's okay. All right, you got that torn out and off to the side. So now we are looking at page 227. We're going to use our multiplication skills to help us work through division. So the more you keep practicing your multiplication facts, the easier division's going to be for you also. So make sure that you are spending how many minutes a day?
10.
10 minutes a day practicing what?
Multiplication.
Yes. All right. You ready to look at this?
Yeah.
Page 227. What is going on when you divide numbers? That's the question they're asking us. Well, let's take a look at this. It says complete the models below. Part 1. Point to part 1. Everybody see where we're getting ready to start on? Imagine Jake has 8 cookies. How many cookies?
8.
Draw cookies on the plate below to show how to divide the cookies into 2 equal groups. Equal means what?
It's the same.
The same amount, right? So you have to have the same amount of cookies on this plate as you do on this plate. How many total cookies does he have?
8.
Show me how you would draw the cookies to make them equal groups. Page 227. Nice job, everybody. Same amount of cookies on each plate. And you're saying there needs to be how many cookies on this first plate?
4.
4. Those are little teeny tiny cookies. How about on this plate?
4.
Also 4. Okay. So we know that if we have 2 plates and there are 4 cookies on each plate, how many do we have all together?
8.
Because we've been talking about multiplication, right? That's what that would look like. Now, take a look at this next part. Jake divided 8 by 2. So he had 8 cookies all together, and he divided it by 2. So this is what Jake did. He has 8 cookies total. Split those into 2 groups. How many are in each group? Everybody? 4. Do you see how multiplication and division go together like fact families, just like in addition and subtraction?
Yeah.
Same numbers that we're using, but in one we were multiplying, in the other we were doing the opposite and dividing. Now, I want you to take a look at something here. Look in the multiplication sentence that we created, or that I wrote for you. 2 times 4 equals 8. We go from smaller numbers to a bigger number for our answer when we multiply. What happens when we divide? We start out with a bigger number and end up with a smaller number, right? Okay, so did you write that division equation? If not, write it down really quickly for 2. Everybody have it? Going, everybody's got it? Gone. Okay. What do you need?
So for the division sign, you know that because it's the one on top and then the one on bottom.
Right. So if you see that division sign, does that mean you're breaking apart that number into different smaller groups? Okay. All right, one way to use division is to find out how many in each group. Remember how we did that when we were multiplying too? We're just working backwards from that. So we're going to fill in the blanks to complete the division equation for the problem. I'm going to make this smaller. So there are how many in all based on this problem?
8.
There are what in all?
8.
Write it down.
Do we write it down?
Oh yes, so there are 8 in all. And then we're going to bring that 8 down there too. Thank you, Connor. The next part. There are how many equal groups?
2.
2 equal groups. And let's bring that down here. How many did we have to put in each group?
4.
4, because we had to do an equal amount. So 8, read this with me. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Friends, could I write it this way too? If the problem told me to do it this way?
Mm-hmm.
What would 8 divided by 4 equal?
2.
2. Because 2 times 4 equals,
8.
and 4 times 2 equals.
8.
Do you see the fact family? In a fact family, there's 4 different equations that can be written. It's pretty cool, really. Is multiplication and division that much different than addition and subtraction? Do you remember talking about about fact families in, was it 2nd grade?
Yeah.
2nd grade and 1st grade.
Was it? Okay. Let's look at page 228. Oreo cookies. Nom nom.
Hungry.
That's not very nice of them when we're getting this close to lunchtime.
I'm hungry.
They always do.
I know, darn them.
Yeah, they put
Okay, so now imagine Rosie has how many cookies?
10.
Is that important to know?
Yes.
Should we circle it?
Yeah.
Okay. Rosie has 10 cookies. Read this with me. She wants to put 2 cookies on each plate. Draw 10 cookies in groups of 2 on plates. Well, let's do that. So this plate has how many cookies on it?
2.
2. Am I done?
No.
No, how many cookies do we have all together?
10.
And right now I only have
2.
2, right? So do I need to draw another plate?
Mhm.
How many cookies go on it?
2.
Do I need to still draw another plate?
Yep.
With how many cookies?
2.
How many cookies is this so far? 2, 4, 6. Am I done?
No.
Do I need another plate?
Yes.
With how many cookies?
2.
Now how many cookies is that?
8.
I'm not done yet, am I?
No.
Did I get up to my 10 cookies now?
Mhm.
Let's double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I have the 10 cookies that Rosie has, and she puts 2 cookies on each plate. Did I do this first part?
Mhm.
Let's go down to part 5 here. Rosie divided 10 by 2. How would we write that as a division sentence? 10 divided by 2. Do you remember the division symbol that we use?
Mhm.
So let's write 10. It's got the dot, the line, the dot, right? 10 divided by 2. How much is that? How many groups did she make? There's 2 in a group. How many groups is that though? Everybody.
5.
5. She made 5 groups of 2. The great thing about division is that you can work backwards and multiply it out to see if it equals this number. So friends, what is 5 times 2?
10.
Are we right? Is 10 divided by 2 5?
Mhm.
Yeah, because we double checked our work and we know that 5 times 2 is 10. All right, I have to clear mine so that I can move up. We did this before and we just wrote it right above there. So how many were there in all?
10.
Jot it down and then bring it down here too. How many were in each group that we made? 2. Are you writing it?
Mhm.
Yep.
And then how many equal groups did we decide there were? 5. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you agree division and multiplication are really, really similar?
Mhm.
Equal groups, right? They both involve splitting things into equal groups. All right. Connor?
Like, does the bigger number always have to be first on division?
Yes. For how we are learning division, we always start with our bigger number first. Okay?
There's another way to do division.
When you get older, there's more difficult ways to do division and multiplication and even addition and subtraction. Because you start working with negative numbers and positive numbers. Yeah. Okay. We're going to skip 7. Let's go on to this page that has the 4 quadrants on it with the word divide right in the middle. So, divide, what does it mean to divide? If you divide something, what are you doing? Are you putting things together?
No.
What are we doing then when we divide? Lucas?
Dividing them into two equal groups.
Right, we're breaking them apart into equal groups, aren't we? Okay. I can't get this to stay on today. We'll see. I think my head shrunk. Do you think that's possible?
No.
No?
Maybe if your brain shrinks.
Oh no, that would be awful. Okay, so divide means to, let's say, break apart or separate.
Break apart.
You can either use the word separate or break apart. Do you want me to write both of them? So break apart. You don't have to write both of them. Or separate. Separate. I had to think about how to spell that. Break apart or separate what?
Numbers.
Numbers. Numbers what? Break apart or separate numbers into what, friends?
Equal groups.
Equal groups. Okay, the next part is my illustrations. That just means drawing a picture to show this, right? So let's say we have this. We have that equation. But that's not an illustration, is it? We have to turn this into an illustration. So what are we going to do? How would we show 15 divided by 3 equals 5? What do you think? Amy?
You would put 5 groups and put 3 dots in each of them.
Do you agree with her?
Mm-hmm.
So how many groups again?
5.
And how many in each of those groups?
3.
Is that 15 divided by 5 equals 3? Because we started out with how many altogether?
15.
15. We broke it apart into 5 groups, and there are 3 in each group. So 15 divided by 5 equals 3. We could double check that by saying 3 times 5 equals what?
15.
Okay, so we have the right answer. Who can give us an example, not 15 divided by 5 equals 3, but who can give us an example of a division sentence that would be correct? Jenny? Equals? No, you're multiplying. Yes. So she fixed it to say 81 divided by 9 equals 9. Because 9 times 9 equals 81. Who can give us another division equation to write down? Connor?
24, no, 21.
Okay,
No, divided by
okay.
3 equals 7.
He is correct. Because 7 times 3 equals 21. So that is true. 21 divided by 3 equals 7. All right, let's move on to non-examples. So something that is not division. Natalia?
6 times 6.
Equals what?
Yes. I lost
Can you think of it? Who can help her out? 6 times 6 equals what, Amy?
36.
36. Who can give us another non-example? Haley?
5 times 4 equals 20.
Correct. Is this a non-example?
Yes.
24 minus 4 equals 20? Yeah, that would be a non-example. If I added something together, that would be a non-example. Okay, do you have all of those? All right.
Not yet.
Moving on in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's look at the bottom. Oscar draws a diagram to help find 12 divided by 3. Explain how his diagram helps him solve the division problem. Let's talk about this. How can this diagram help solve this equation, 12 divided by 3? Are there 12 objects here?
Mm-hmm.
3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so there are 12. There's how many in each group?
3.
There are 3 in each group. So then how many groups does it show that Oscar drew? How many?
4.
How many?
4.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Some of you look like you're in La La Land. All right, so he drew 4 groups with 3 in each group. True?
Mm-hmm.
Let's jot that down, because some of you aren't paying any bit of attention. So what did he do? Write it down. Write it in words, like what we just talked about. No, what did he do? Good job, you can turn page. If I come around and say good job, you can turn your page. talked about it. Oh, I already looked at yours. In words, though. They already wrote that. We don't need to rewrite that. We're explaining it. Who can help out our friends that are struggling? Jenny, can you help them out nice and loud, please?
We made 4 groups and 3 in each group.
Do you agree with Jenny?
Yes.
He drew how many groups?
4.
He drew 4 groups and he put 3 in each group. That's probably good enough, right? Because is that what he did
Yeah.
to help him figure out how to solve that? So if you didn't have that written down, hopefully you have it now. Let's do this. We're going to do all of the work for 3, 4, and 5 up here. We're going to solve everything just in part 3, okay? So Rance has how many? 12 crackers. He wants to put 4 crackers on each plate. Draw 12 crackers in groups of 4 on plates. Go ahead and draw it right now. How many crackers go on each plate? 4. So you're figuring out how many equal groups to draw. So he has a total of 12 crackers, right? Can he have more than 12?
No.
No, because the problem says he has 12. All right. So on his first plate, how many crackers did you put?
4.
What about on his second plate?
4.
Are we to our 12 yet? What are we at now? 4 and 4.
8.
What if we go one more plate? How many is that?
12.
All right. Let's write our division equation that goes with this. So what are we starting out with? How many crackers? 12 divided by what?
4.
4 equals how many?
3.
Right, those 3 groups. So there were 12 in all. There's 4 in each group. And there are 3 groups. We could double check it. What is 3 times 4?
12.
It does equal 12. So how many plates did he need?
3.
He needed 3 plates. How did you know he needed 3 plates?
Because if you put 4 on each plate,
There had to be 4 on each plate, right?
yeah.
All right, so we just talked about 4, and we already did the division problem. We did that work up on number 3. Let's take a look at the orange page. Mark has
24.
oranges to put in bags. He decides to put 6 oranges in each bag. Draw a model to show how many bags he needs. So it's just like what we've been doing on the previous pages. We know he starts out with how many in all?
24.
24. How many are going into each of those groups? 6. We have to figure out how many bags he needs. So if this is my first, whoops, I forgot I don't have it on the writing. If this is my first bag, how many oranges are in it? 6, right? Well, I'm not to 24 yet, am I? So I'm going to have to skip count by what to get up to 24? I have to skip count by 6s. I'm stopping there. You will continue to work to get up to those 24 oranges. This is when it's super handy to know those multiplication facts. Hands on your hips when you have that drawn for part A. All right, I am not done, am I? So far, right here, I have 6. Now how many do I have?
12.
I'm just skip counting by 6s. How many now?
18.
I'm still not to that 24, am I? Skip counting by 6s. What's next?
24.
24. So, write the division equation that goes with this model. So using the information that we have here and what it's showing there, what would our division equation look like? How many did we have in all?
24.
24 divided by 6, because there's 6 in each of the groups, equals how many groups did we end up with? 4. And that is true because 4 times 6 does in fact equal 24. Right now we're not going to do C. We're just going to get in the hang of making and showing those equal groups and those equations for the time being, okay? Let's look at 2. So Mark changes his mind. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it that way. Hold on. He decides to put all 24 oranges in 6 bags. So he had said, well, I erased it, but he had said that he had 24 oranges and he was putting 6 oranges in bags, right? This time he's saying he's putting 24 oranges in 6 bags. So if we have Mark's 6 bags this time instead of 4 bags, how many is that? 3, 4, 5, 6. So now Mark has 6 bags, but friends, did his number of oranges change?
No.
No. So he still has 24 oranges, 6 bags. Do you know how many oranges would go in each bag then? Look back up at number 1. He started out with 24 oranges and he put 6 oranges in each bag. How many bags did he have the first time?
4.
He had 4 bags the first time. And we had said 24 divided by, what was it? 6 equals 4. Do you see what they're doing in this problem?
Yeah.
Are they flip-flopping some things?
Yep.
Yeah. Are they flip-flopping 24 though?
No.
No, because we're still starting out with 24 divided by, what did they flip-flop though? The 6 and the 4. They flip-flopped those. So instead of writing 24 divided by 6 equals 4, they're saying 24 divided by 4 because, no, I said that wrong, didn't I? 24 divided by 6 equals, how many oranges are going in each bag then? 4. This time we would be counting by 4s. Count by 4s with me. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Okay, so 24 divided by 6 equals 4. 24 divided by 4 equals
6.
Doesn't matter with these. You can flip-flop those. Okay? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to skip C again. We'll stop there. We'll start working on arrays with division tomorrow. Remember doing arrays with multiplication?
Yeah.
Number of rows, same number in each row.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and put your workbook back.
Put these in our mailboxes.
Yes, you may put those in your mailboxes. And then what we're going to do is practice skip counting. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. So let's start out easy. Skip counting by 2s. 12 times. Okay, because that's how we practice our multiplication. So let's skip count by 2s 12 times. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. All right, let's skip count by 5s. Another easy one to start out with. Skip counting by 5s 12 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Let's skip count by tens 12 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Now we start getting into things that are a little more tricky for some of you. Threes. We'll go a little slower, okay? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. Let's do that one again. You ready?
Yep.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. When you're skip counting, you don't realize that that helps you with your multiplication too. Because when you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 3 times 6 is 18. All right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. 3 times 8 is 24. Let's do threes one more time. 3. Oh, hold on. We have friends not focusing with us. Are we ready?
No.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. We need to keep practicing these. Let's go to fours. Ready? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Let's just go through those 5. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Let's add one more. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Let's do that again. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Let's add 4 more. If we have 24, what are we going up to? 28. Because 4 times 7 is 28. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. You ready to do that again to 28? 4 times 7? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Adding one more group of 4. So 4 times 8 would be
32.
32. Here we go. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Try it again.
Yeah.
Let's go a little quicker. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. One more. 4 times 9 equals 36. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. One more. A whole 2 handfuls. So 4 times 10 would equal 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Those of you that had struggled before, like with skip counting and multiplying, do you see how they're connected to each other when you skip count? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. It's just a quicker way to do that multiplication, being able to skip count. So let's go on to 4 times 11, which would be 44. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44. What would be next?
48.
48. So 12 times 4 equals 48. Let's go all the way through all 12 of them now. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Okay, on your whiteboard, I want you to write out those multiples of 3 and then underneath it 4. Skip counting. Those are the multiples when you skip count by 3s and 4s 12 times. Okay? So it's like you're skip counting like we did 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. But this time, like what we just practiced, do 3s and 4s. Yes.
So do we write 3 times like the equation?
No, you're writing the multiples. You are skip counting. I didn't say write equations, did I?
No.
You're skip counting by 3s, and then you're skip counting by 4s, like what we were just practicing. Okay? That'll probably take us up to lunchtime.